I decided to become the sweatiest TFT player of all time and go from bronze to diamond in just 100 days. Why, you may ask? Well, number one, my best friend told me I would never do it. He's an avid TFT player and he told me it is impossible, and I'm gonna prove him wrong. Number two, to be the best, you gotta beat the best. Simple as that. Now today is day one, so I'm gonna lay out my plan of attack, lay down some ground rules, and go over what I did today, which actually includes revealing the rank that I got after playing in the placement matches, which honestly kind of disappointing, but we'll get there. We'll get there in a second. Because first, number one, no one-tricking a specific comp, no forcing one comp because I know it's good. I'm allowed to use any resources at my disposal. This means YouTube, TikTok, Twitch streams, guides, and even paying for coaching. Hey, I told you this will get pretty sweaty. Now, I'm not allowing myself to use coaching until day 50, paid coaching that is. And then I'm also avoiding all of the tier list of comps, at least for the first 2 weeks, because I want to figure out comps myself and not know like, oh, these are the two comps I want to play. Let me just play that, because I feel like that's not figuring out the game. I feel like just forcing, 2 or 3 comps and that's it. It's not really as fun for me, especially if I'm not the one who figured out those comps. And finally, reaching any diamond rank, so 1, 5, 405, I don't care. All of that is a success. It doesn't matter how high in diamond, it just means diamond rank. Now onto the plan of action, which I think is very solid, but we'll see. My goal is to push as hard in the beginning as possible. Like the first 1 or 2 weeks, I'm gonna push hard because that's when everyone is confused, especially in the lower ranks. And I believe, cocky me, I have an advantage of building and figuring out new comps and seeing what works, what doesn't. So I think in the beginning, I'm gonna do pretty well. Obviously though, that's not gonna be enough for me to get to diamond. That's just not enough games. So here's what I'm actually going to do. Number one, I have to learn the basic fundamentals. This means knowing all of the heroes, all of the items, all of the traits, and knowing what they do, how to build them, without having to look things up or read things, because I spend a lot of time reading in these games, and if I'm reading, I'm not trying to make decisions and I waste a lot of time. So it has to be instant recognition, just like that. Number two, I gotta understand all of the set specific stuff, right? All the set specific, who's the good hero, the good traits, the bad traits, all of that. And after that, it's the advanced stuff, or that's what I'm calling it. For most people, it's actually not really advanced. It's just, positioning, scouting, economy, eco, because I'm a gamer and I know terms, and I think that's pretty much it. And then finally, I'm going to play at least 2 games a day every single day. And I know you might look at that and be like, well, that's only 200 games if you play for 100 days. Like, is that really enough? And the answer is no, it's not. That's like the bare minimum, right? That's the floor I'm setting for myself. I'm going to play 1 game in the morning, 1 game in the evening. That's the bare minimum, but most likely I'm going to get close to like 300, maybe even 400 games to get to that diamond rank that I so want so badly. So that's it for all of the baseline. Let's see what I actually got done today. First, I watched the patch notes video from Mort and obviously took just a little bit of notes. Picked a couple of comps and ideas I thought would be good, and then played a couple of hyper-roll matches, which I quickly realized that was actually a pretty big mistake. The first round, it started off pretty good. Gave me Necromancer, I was able to pivot into Dragons, but after that, things got way too fast and I just got overwhelmed and I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, it's too fast, and then I just died. 8th place. Second round, 8th place. Then after that, I decided to play a regular speed game, just not ranked, and that went a little bit better. I played Eldritch Shapeshifter, that's kind of what the game gave me. I even wasted an augment, but I still got 2nd place, and because of that, I felt pretty confident that, like, hey, now I should move on and play ranked, which once again, that was kind of a mistake. Because the first game, I decided to try Sugar Crafter. Saw that no one was playing it, and I was wondering, why aren't they playing it? Like, it seems pretty good. So I tried it. And I quickly figured out, one, no one seemed to play Sugar Crafter. 8th place. Next game, I thought I had everything going for me. I had Witchcrafter, I had the Witchcrafter Augment. I thought I was going to be like top 2, maybe top 3. But it took me a long time to get the Ginsus for Cassiopeia because apparently she's very good with Ginsus, or at least that's what Mort said. And then I basically had no frontline for most of the game because, 1, Witchcrafters have no frontline, and 2, I'm too dumb to understand like, hey, I should probably add some frontline. Like I tried, it just didn't really work out. Once again, 8th place. After that, I really didn't have high hopes for the next game, right? I'm like, okay, I'm never going to play Witchcrafter again. Let's try something different. I played Witchcrafter again. The game gave me more Witchcrafter, but this time I played Witchcrafter Fairy, and actually it went really, really well. I got up to an 11-game win streak and I just kept winning and winning and winning and winning until I got first place. But of course, I got that newfound confidence. I went into the next game. I boldly took AFK because I was like, I know what I'm doing. Let me get some gold and, you know, do good things. And that, once again, didn't really work out. I transitioned into Eldritch Shapeshifter because no one was playing it and I thought I'd get a lot of those and it would work well. And I got 7th place. Now, I think that was partially because I got rid of Elise, my shapeshifter, so I literally couldn't do anything. I had no front line. I just couldn't figure out what to do. But of course, partially it's because I was just playing bad. And then in the final game, the deciding game, I once again went with Witchcrafter Fairy because that's what worked the last time, so maybe it will work again, right? Forget what I said about, you know, not forcing one comp. I mean, this is a comp I figured out once and it worked. So I was just trying to see if it works again, you know, just doing scientific hypothesis testing, if you will. That's what I was doing. Now, this game started out very, very rough. A lot of close calls. I mean, just take a look at this right here. Oh. Now, this is partially because I forgot to add Incantator or whatever, which, you know, synergized with the Cassiopeia, and she was just all by herself with as a witch without that little bonus. But partially, I just once again didn't know what I was doing. But still, somehow I eked out 4th place, so I did actually get a little rank boost instead of losing my rank there, so that was nice. And after all of that effort, I got, drumroll please, Bronze 3. Yes, I got Bronze 3. Now, when I planned this challenge, I wasn't sure if I'd actually get Bronze. You know, I was hoping I get Silver, maybe Gold, so then it could be a little bit easier, you know, to climb those ranks. So I wouldn't feel as bad about myself because I'm like, oh, I'm not too bad. But today confirmed that it is going to take more time than I thought. It is going to take more effort than I thought. And I am a lot worse at TFT than I thought. So there's that going for me. Now, one of the things I know immediately I need to figure out is just positioning, because I really don't know what to do positioning wise. I'm just kind of moving things around without really knowing what a good approach for that is, other than obviously front line in front, back line in the back. So I'm gonna focus on that. And my plan is to do weekly updates with a big final video at the end, and also streaming on Twitch. So if you want to catch some of my streams and tell me how bad I am, feel free to do that. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.